Welcome to my place. Now you asked for it, you wanted to know how to grow potatoes, so today is your special lucky day. Right, when it comes to growing potatoes, there are certain things that you need to remember, and the first thing to remember is that we are now in Labour weekend, and if you plant your potatoes this weekend, you will be able to eat them for Christmas Day. That was the rule that was always applied at our house. We never went for holidays because Mum and Dad wanted to get the garden in. So anyway, down here I've got some seed potatoes, and these ones here are what I call my favourite potatoes. These are King Edwards, and I have to thank my mother very much for sending those up to me. They're all ready to go. They've got their little wee eyes on them, and that is your indicator that they're ready to go. You may have a potato in your cupboard or your pantry that is starting to do this. This means it's starting to shoot. Now from that one potato, what you can do is get your knife and cut that down there like so, and now what you'll have are 2 potato seeds that will provide you with a lot of potatoes. But what you need to do is, from when you cut them, you need to put them on the kitchen bench and you need to let those dry off until they get to about this stage. Now, a little bit of a tip I need to tell you, see that bit there where it's a bit black? That actually may turn mouldy and it might rot out. So what I suggest you do is leave that until it has a perfect seal right across the top and none of that black bit there. If you're still a bit concerned, what I suggest you do is don't even bother, because there's nothing worse than putting all the time and effort into growing them and then finding that nothing grew because they just were all rotten. So put those to one side. Now, and the other thing I want to tell you is sometimes it's best to just buy good seed potatoes. Right, the other thing that I do is when I get them, if they don't have any seeds, sometimes you'll get them and they just look like this and they'll just have that little wee speck like that. That means that there is an eye going to come up, but you need to put that into, I use an egg carton and I just put that on a warm place, and it doesn't take long for those little eyes to start coming up. Right, once you've got that sorted out, and you will see from behind you that my garden is getting to be a wee bit jam-packed. The thing about a potato that you have to remember is, even though that's very small, it's going to grow really big on the top, so you need to have lots of ground. Well, fortunately for me, from here to the sky, I have all the growing room I need. So this year what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these tin cans. So what I've done is I've put little drainage holes in the middle and the bottom down here. Drainage is really important. If you don't like wet feet all day, then I can tell you that a potato won't either, and it will rot out. So make sure you've got your drainage holes. The other thing that you need to do is to add even more drainage. Now, if you've got some broken crockery, you could put that into there. Well, unfortunately, I've used all of mine, but what I do have are some stones. Now, hang back and block your ears, because this is going to make a noise. Oops, I'm sorry, I told you it was going to make a noise. Right, that's just going to ensure that I've got really good drainage down there. You need a mask. Right, from there, the next thing you need is some really good compost. I'm going to put that into there. About 4 inches is all I'll probably need at this stage. And then put your hand into there. Of course, you will have gloves, because I've told you about the safety issues of the soil lots and lots of times, especially if you are buying potting soil or compost or garden manure or whatever you're using that has been contained in a plastic container. Open it and then with a mask on, and then walk away and let that just be aerated for a good 24 hours. That way you're going to eliminate any kind of issues that you might get with Legionnaire's disease. And if you don't believe me, check out your local hospital. I've got lots of friends that have been in intensive care because of the little microorganisms that are in the soil. Right, from there, getting your potatoes, and I think I can possibly get away with 2 into here. Now when you plant them, the little eye has to go up or facing up, because that's where the potato is going to grow. Now just get your hand into here and then just put one into there, and then I'll put the other one into there, and then just lightly cover it with a little bit of soil. And as you get thirsty, so do your plants, so it's important to water them. And I've probably got about 2 inches of soil on top of that. Just water that in really well. Now, what's going to happen within the next probably week to 10 days, might even be 2 weeks, it depends on how warm it is at your place, but it will start to shoot up. Now, let that come up until it's about 4 inches, and then cover that that growth that's come up with a little bit of soil, leaving about a good inch so that the plant can get some fresh, what am I thinking of? It can get some growth onto that green bit, and the photosynthesis will come through, and then that green will take that through into the potato. The other thing is the bit that grows beneath the soil is where the potatoes will start to shoot away underneath, and more of those little wee potatoes will all just come from that main plant that's underneath that green. So just leave it alone. And then the other little tip I wanted to share with you is, and somewhere I've got a piece of chalk, but what I like to do is to put onto the edge of the outside here what it is. So what did I say these were? Red king. So just put red kings on there. And then if you wanted to, you could put the date of which that you planted those and just keep an eye on them. So that's all you need to do. And I think this could be possibly a great idea of growing them, because the tin will get warm, and it's the warmth and the sunlight that will make your potatoes just multiply and multiply. Now I'll leave that for now, and we'll come back to that another day, and we'll just see what progress we've got. Happy potato growing. See you another day.